Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's new comic book day. It's time to review the books coming out next Wednesday, December 24th. It's hard to believe Christmas is almost here. Hopefully, you've done your Christmas shopping. I finally finished up the last of mine over the weekend. Yeah, so let's dive into it here. There's some good books coming out next week, even though it's a light week. Obviously, the last couple weeks of the year are always typically light weeks. Not a ton of comic books being released during that period of time, but there's definitely a couple notable ones that I'm going to highlight. So stick with me here and let's jump into it here. We're using Midtown. I'm going to make sure I blow up the, kind of zoom in a little bit here so we're not. It's a little easier for you guys to see what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. Starting off with Dark Horse. American Caper #2 is out. If I had to pick one cover, I mean, I know the B cover's by Simon Bisley, but man, I just kind of dig the A cover. I think that's the one I would get. Masterminds #3. I like the B cover by Grant. That one looks pretty good. Nocturnals, The Sinister Path #4. I definitely pre-ordered the Adam Hughes cover, which it's nice to see a beautiful Hughes cover. I love the coloring in the background, the design of it, just a great looking cover. And I also pre-ordered multiple copies of the C cover by Shabina. She's probably one of the preeminent artists when it comes to pinup art these days. She's extremely popular. A lot of her books are doing very, very well. And I'm sure she'll continue that into 2026. So, yeah, I like this cover. I like that it's not an incentive cover either. It's just normally priced, a little easier to obtain. So both the Hughes and the Shabina cover, highly recommend getting those. Just a great cover on both those. Let's see, we got Powers. I don't really follow that. Red Book #3 for you James Tynion fans. There's just the two covers there. By the way, Allison Sampson, I dig her art. There's a really, really good cover coming out next week from that she did for Image Comics. So I'm going to highlight that in a few minutes when we get to the Image Comics section there. So stay tuned for that. The Guy in the Chair #3, just the one cover, and then just one trade paperback next week from Dark Horse. Moving on to DC Comics, Absolute Martian Manhunter. I don't know if anybody is reading that book or not. I haven't heard much about it. Obviously, most of the focus is on Absolute Batman, and that's pretty much what everyone's collecting. So I have not heard anything about. I think I collected the first couple issues of Absolute Flash and Superman and Wonder Woman, but Batman is the one I've consistently been buying, and I'm glad I have been because that series is on fire. All you got to do is look at the top 10 lists, cover price, Comic Book Invest, CBSI. It's all Absolute Batman up and down the list, and for good reason. It's definitely well done. Absolute Superman #14 will be out. I do like the Perel cover, and I do like the Draper Ivy cover. That one's on fire, pretty nice. Absolute Wonder Woman 15 will be out next week. The Chew cover is really nice. The Lyrics Lee is also very, very good. And I think my favorite, though, is the EOM cover. Man, I can't pronounce his name. Kyong EOM? EOM? I don't know. I'm not pronouncing it right, I'm sure. But man, this fella just kills it. I mean, this is a great cover. There's really a nice Lobo cover coming out as well um, for that new Lobo series. So make sure you check that out for pre-orders. But man, this art is fantastic. I love it. Definitely one of the better covers coming out next week. And I don't even collect Absolute Wonder Woman, but that cover's worth getting for sure. Batman Static Beyond issue 2. There is a nice Raza cover for the C cover. I think I may have pre-ordered that one. I'm pretty sure I did. DC KO Red Hood versus Joker. Sounds like a good matchup. A cover by Corona. I like that one. Dustin Nugent did the B cover, and there is a nice Lee Bermejo cover. And there's a Gillian March cover. So you got, oh, there's more. There's a Turin Clark cover too. It's got 5 covers to choose from. I kind of like them all, but I think maybe the A cover by Corona is the one I would, if I can only pick up one, I think that would be the one I would get. Either that or the Bermejo. And the Turin Clark cover is really good too. Obviously, you see Red Hood getting some well-deserved revenge on the Joker. We all know that storyline. Detective Comics 1104. Nice Smallwood cover. He's done a couple of these. I think this is the second or third one where it's kind of landscape. It's it's very photorealistic type of cover, like an Alex Ross type cover. It's good. I love the art there. It's very nice. Flash 28. Bunch of covers on that one. Green Arrow 31 will be out next week. Green Lantern number 30. Harley and Ivy Life and Crimes issue 2. There is a nice Lyrics Lee cover for the B cover. I don't know. I don't really need to read about 2 lesbians. That's all that book is about. I don't know. Some of the DC books are just not worth reading. Occasionally I'll pick one up for a really good cover. It's all Batman, or that's basically it. Just not into any of the other characters. Even Justice League. I tried getting into that series. Mark Waid, Dan Mora. I mean, Dan Mora's art's really good, but the series just lost me. It just didn't hold my attention. So I don't know what to tell you. If DC didn't have Batman, I don't think they would sell too many books. I think they would be dead in the water. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, Volume 2, Issue 6. I do like that A cover by Christian Deuce. The Alan Qua cover is nice as well. I like that one. Superman 33, nice Tula Lote cover. And one of my favorite artists, Sebastian Firamira. That is a great Superman cover. That's a total cover buy. That one I am definitely picking up. There's also a Fornes cover. That's it for DC. Rest are hardcovers and trade paperbacks. Moving on to Dynamite Entertainment. Disney Villains Maleficent number 3 is out next week. I really, really like 2 covers here. I like the Robert Quinn cover. That has a nice eerie feel to it. There's a version of that as well. And I really like the incentive cover here by Ellery. I grabbed that off of Midtown before it sold out. Thank God. It's just beautifully done. I mean, it's just a beautiful piece of artwork. Total cover buy. That might be one of my favorite covers for next week, is the Disney Villains Maleficent issue 3. Especially the incentive cover, because it's the art only. That's my favorite. I think the regular A cover is still available if you still want that cover. But the Virgin is gone at Midtown. There's also an incentive by Paulina. Is it Granichow? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's French. It sounds French. That one's still available at Midtown. That one's pretty good too. DuckTales number 10. Bunch of covers on that one. Sometimes the incentive covers for DuckTales do well. Not right away, but longer term. So I don't know. I think there's like 1 in 10s, maybe a 1 in 15 in there somewhere. Fire and Ice, Necron number 1. This is a one-shot. Beautiful cover by Panosian. Definitely has that old fantasy feel to it. I like the line art too, the black and white. That one looks really good. Gargoyles Winter Special. That's a one-shot. Bunch of covers on that. Lion King issue 2. For those that are collecting that one. They gave Gallman the writing and the art chops on that one. Red Sonja, New Year's Special, 2025. This is a one-shot. Liz Linzer did a cover, of course. Shannon Mayer did a cover. That one's pretty nice. Stitch number 4. There's a Jay Lee incentive cover and the Gallman Virgin incentive cover as well. Looks like there's some blind bags here. Supernatural has a blind bag. Also, Terminator Metal has a blind bag. So for those that are looking to chase maybe a rare variant, that might be a good thing to pick up. I don't know. Thundercats 22. Did Perea did a cover? It looks like Drew Moss did one. No, I don't see a Perea cover on that particular issue. Oh, there is one right there. Yep. I was going to say Perea always does a cover typically on that series. IDW Publishing, one of my favorite books of the year, and definitely a book that's doing well in aftermarket sales, is Event Horizon Dark Descent. Issue 4 will be out next week. I think it's gone to a second or third printing now, the first couple issues. So it's a hot book for sure. Christian Ward is doing the writing. And the beautiful interior art by Christian Jones is not to be overlooked. The only thing that's disappointing about this is that Christian Jones didn't do any cover art for this series, which I find very, very interesting. Some of his cover art, I mean, I've got an Aliens book I've highlighted. It's on my Instagram, in fact. It's one of my favorite Aliens cover is done by Christian Jones. So, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, he should have been doing one of the incentive covers for sure. But I guess not. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone, issue 5 will be out. I kind of like the color scheme there on the B cover by Lancry. That one's interesting. There's also a Virgin incentive cover of that as well. Return to Sleepy Hollow, issue 2. I enjoyed the first issue. Very well written. I like it, and I really, really love the Joelle Jones cover. So that's a 1 in 15 variant, incentive variant. I would definitely grab that one if you have the opportunity. Sonic the Hedgehog 83. I don't know. This the 1 in 25 incentive cover by Fordrain might be worth grabbing. I've only seen one copy on eBay right now, and they want like $60 for it. So that might be worth taking note of. You got another Turtles book. Moving on to Image. Capes issue 2 will be out next week if anyone cares or is collecting that. Creepshow number 4. Those are always pretty good reads. I definitely like the incentive cover by Fornes. I think that one's my favorite. Final Boss number 2. This is written and drawn by Tyler Kirkham. There is a nice Silvestri 1 in 25 incentive variant. That one looks really good. There's a 1 in 50. And the red foil 1 in 100, still available at Midtown for $90. If anyone's interested. Okay, Next, this is a one-shot, Gray Lady #1. Ken Lashley did the A cover, but my cover of the week for next week is definitely the B cover, Incentive by Francesco Francavilla. I missed grabbing this off of Midtown. Midtown had it for only $9. I think it's a 1 in 15. So they had a good price on it. I love this cover. It's fabulous. I mean, I love a skull cover anyways, but the way he's incorporated the light from the car that obviously fell into a lake, and then you're seeing the skull underneath. I mean, I love this cover. That's my cover of the week next week. I don't know how easy this book will be to find. I mean, it is a one shot. Sometimes comic book shops don't order a lot of copies of one shots. They're more interested in ordering multiple copies of an ongoing series. So that might make this a little bit more difficult to find, but definitely put that one on your radar. I just love it. I mean, I'm a big Francavilla fan. I've said it. I'm going to keep saying it every time I talk about him. He is the LB Cole of our time. That's how I feel about him. I think his art is just fantastic. I love the colors that he uses, the design that he incorporates all the time into his drawings. It just reminds me so much of LB Cole. And I think years and years from now, we'll be talking about Francavilla, and in a lot of his books, a lot of his covers, I think, are going to be very valuable in the future. So keep that in mind. I mean, this is somebody who's been collecting comic books for many, many decades. You know, I've got a lot of valuable comic books in my collection. I wish I had an LB Cole cover in my collection. I don't. Unfortunately, I found out about him after, like most people, after the values have shot up already. But this is, I think, a good way to collect a current artist that, in my opinion, has that kind of vibe of an LB Cole. So shout out to Francesco Francavilla. I would like to reach out to him and see if he'll come on my one of my live streams. I'd love to interview him for a couple minutes. See what he thinks about being compared to LB Cole. I don't know if he'll like that or not. I have no idea. I saw Santa, a Spawn Universe Christmas story. There's 3 covers. Brett Booth cover's pretty nice. That's the regular A cover. I also like that C cover by Daniel. That one looks good. There's also, I guess Midtown had a stocking stuffer blind bag from Image Comics. That's sold out for $20. I didn't even know about that. No Man's Land #4. This is a good series, well written. Art is also very, very good by Kudransky. I think you'll like that one. There's always like a PlayStation homage cover too. Let's see here. Skinbreaker #4. Robert Kirkman and David Finch. I did pick up the first 2 or 3 issues. It's pretty good. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm going to continue with it or not, but it might be worth taking a look at. Spawn 371, of course, the Matina cover. I think I pre-ordered that one, and also I don't know if I pre-ordered the B cover, but man, I did not. I don't think I pre-ordered the C cover, so I grabbed one off of Midtown by Danny Ingrassia. Man, that's a good cover. You got Spawn, and then you've got the Christmas tree underneath the Hellspawn. What is that? The Violator. Yeah, I love that. That's such a good cover. Beautifully done. That's another great cover I would definitely make sure you pick up for next week. And I think that does it for Image. Moving on to Marvel. 1776 #2 will be out. I don't think I'm going to collect this, but maybe it's good. I don't know. J. Michael Straczynski is a well-known writer. Aliens versus Captain America #1. There is a second printing on that. There's also a second printing Incentive by Panosian For $81, it seems a little high to me, but that's what Midtown typically charges for those 1 in 25 and second print incentives. Amazing Spider-Man 18. Yeah, just a bunch of covers. Bermejo cover. Jeremy Wilson did a nice cover. Cloak and Dagger number 3. Several covers there. How many different X-Men books can we have? Expatriate X-Men number 3. Okay. Marvel Winter Break Special number 1. This is a one-shot. Several different covers. The one I pre-ordered, though, is the Nicoletta Baldari cover. I love her art. Her style is always unique, and it's very recognizable. It's kind of like Peach Momoko. When you see her covers, you kind of know right away that that's her cover. And I think she's really, really good. So she's really nice, too. I've messaged back and forth with her on Instagram. And I've invited her to come on the show, but I think she said her English is not the best. So she's a little hesitant to do that. There's also an Ivan Talavera cover. 1 in 100. That one's priced at $112 at Midtown. There's actually quite a few books coming out next week. I'm a little shocked. Didn't think there would be this many books. But there is. What are you going to do? Star Wars number 8. That'll be out next week. Will of Doom number 1. This is a one-shot. All kinds of covers. You got a J. Scott Campbell wraparound cover. You've got an Addie Granoff cover. Stephen Platt cover. I love Stephen Platt. Remember when he did that Moon Knight back in the day? Man, those were some hot books. I mean, it was weird. Like the guy, his art was in such demand, especially his cover art. And then he went to work for Liefeld and disappeared for 10 years, 15 years. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if he did something else for work, or maybe he made it so much money he didn't need to work for a while. I don't know, but he disappeared for a long time, and now he's back, and he's doing, a fair amount of covers. This one's a good one. I like it. Stephen Platt. Sanford Green did a foil cover as well, and there is a 1 in 100 Addie Granoff Virgin variant. I'm sure people are going to be chasing that for $112. What else we got here? X-Avengers. That's it from Marvel. Rest are trades and hardcovers. Last but not least is Independence. Essentia number 31, Art Adams. Did a couple of those covers. Looks like the 1 in 50 is gone at Midtown. Biker Mice from Mars, issue 7. C cover is sold out. There's also a Virgin 1 in 25 variant. Blink and You'll Miss It, issue 4. This is definitely another one of those covers. It sold out at Midtown very, very quickly. I was mentioning this person earlier when I started my video, Allison Sampson. She did a DC cover. I think this cover is amazing. It's so good. I was able to grab one at another store before it sold out. This could easily be a very hot book next week. Boom Studios. Keep your eye on that one. Definitely keep watching Boom Studios' own webpage. They have a shop, an online store. Once in a while, you'll see a book that you've been looking for show up in that shop. So maybe this one will be in there. I don't know. But, man, I love that cover. The coloring, the design, it's fantastic. So hats off to Allison Sampson. She definitely did a nice job on that one. All right, what else we got here? Got a second printing incentive cover signed by Bill Sienkiewicz. If anyone cares, Midtown has it for $58. I like this cover. Gunpowder Profits, Death in Texas, issue 3. This is Mad Cave Studios. That cover's awesome. It definitely has a horror, 1950s, 1960s horror vibe to it. EC Comics type of vibe. I think it's great. So I definitely grabbed that one. I think I grabbed it from Midtown, in fact. Everywhere else, I seem to be sold out. So Small, again, Mad Cave Studios, small publisher, not a big print run probably. But yeah, I would pick that up. Hello Darkness number 17. This book is doing very, very well. Robert Hack doing the art and the writing. Obviously, the Frizzen cover, I probably pre-ordered that one in advance. There's a Ji-Hung Lee cover, nice homage to, what is that, Suspense Stories, something or other. I can't remember what. One of those older EC horror books. Very, very nice homage cover there by Ji-Hung Lee. There's a D cover. This is the Boom Studios 20th anniversary cover by Michael, is it Delinas? I don't know. I can't pronounce that. There's also a incentive cover by Puebla. That one looks pretty cool. And a 1 in 10, kind of a black and white, gray, I don't know, that's grayscale type of cover there by Delanis. That one looks pretty good. Mark Spears Monsters number 8, the metal variant cover. Holy crap, $630. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool, but man, that's a lot of money for that book. Holy crap, $630. I don't know. No one's. It's still available. I've got to imagine they only got one copy. I mean, I can't imagine they've got more than that, but who knows? Still available at Midtown though, if you're interested. Night of the Cadillacs Origins Blood World City number 1. A cover's pretty cool. Get the old tongue and teeth cover there. Man, there's some scary covers. That C cover's pretty crazy. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I like the D cover as well. Got a Power Rangers book coming out next week. Once in a while, I'll pick up a good Power Ranger cover, if there's a good one. I don't know. I kind of like this G cover by Mercado. That one's pretty cool for $10. Roots of Madness, number 3. Stephanie Williams, Ignition Press, small publisher. There's just 2 covers. They both look pretty good, pretty nice. I grabbed this from Midtown, Veil of Tears, number 1, by IPI Comics. I think the cover just looks cool. Total cover by, I don't know anything about the story. Obviously, when I get it, I'll read it, but I love that cover. Very, very nice cover. We got a Valiant book, Voyeur number 3. I do like this B cover by David Baldion. Man, that's a good cover. That's it. Rest are trade paperbacks and hardcovers. So those are your books coming out next Wednesday, guys. I hope this video helps you kind of think about what you want to pick up. I started the video saying it was a pretty light week, but that obviously is not true. There's a lot of books coming out next week. And my favorite is The Gray Lady, the B cover incentive by Francisco Francavilla. That one, the Spawn 371C cover, I think that one's really hot. There's some really good covers next week. Blink, what is it called? Blink. Oh, You'll Miss It, issue 4. That B cover incentive is also really hot by Allison Sampson. Those are the books I like anyways, so let me know what you think. We'll give a shout out to a couple people that chimed in here on the chat. We got Luis Ramirez. Good to see you, my friend. And we got Mr. Biggie Shack. Good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right. Yeah, I kind of miss doing that. I've been on Biggie Shack's channel a few times. I think he's been on my channel as well at least once. But I need to get back into doing that. I don't know. I'm so focused on other things right now, work and kids and family and all that stuff. I just, I run out of time. Sometimes I'm ready to do a live stream on a Thursday night, and then all of a sudden something comes up. It's life, we all get busy. Hopefully most of you can have some time off for Christmas and New Year's, spend some time with family. I'm going to spend some time with family reading comic books, watching Christmas movies, just kind of hanging out, enjoying the time off. Maybe I'll play a little golf. The weather has been nice down here in Florida lately, so I hope the weather gets better for you. I know it's cold in a lot of areas of the country this time of year, but hopefully all of you will have a nice time with friends and family. All right, guys, go get your books. It's Wednesday. Go get your comics, and I'll see you soon.